What's up? We got to laugh the pain away.
Hey, KBLA delegation, happy Black History Month. Around here, we celebrate our culture, our community, and our contributions daily. But this year, as we observe the 100th anniversary of Black History Month celebrations, we're excited about our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, honoring comedy greats. On Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, we're toasting D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Munell, Dion Cole, and Martin Lawrence with a surprise guest appearance. A limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon remain, so now would be a good time to head to KBLA1580.com to secure one for yourself. That's KBLA1580.com. A little laughter goes a long way, especially in times like these. So come, join us for our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. Again, tickets are available right now at KBLA1580.com.
Well, I hang around my boy. He been married for 6 years. Videotaping his wedding day, never watched it. Now and every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mother down the church. Getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
KBLA Talk 1580 thanks LA City Council members Curran D. Price Jr. and Heather Hutt for being the presenting sponsors at this year's Black History Month Luncheon. Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement, we're at KBLA Talk 1580.
Plenty nights solo. For you, I fit to run collabo. For you, I enter deep and shallow. Your body me like better swallow. Where would I run to? Wherever you go, I'll follow. Your name be the name I call. For love, we go so much trouble. Baby, patience and guidance. That's what I love. Can't make you wait. Girl, you're patient. That's what I want. That's what you give. That's what I love. You said Delilah. No be today at the eye of the month. No be today at the eye what you want. No be today at the eye of what you said Delilah. No be today at the eye of the month. No be today at the eye what you got. No be today at the shine your color.
KBLA Talk 1580. Yeah, that's in heavy rotation in my life right now. Odeal, everything by Odeal. It just... It's the music, it's the poetry, it's the theater, it's the hip-hop that's lifting us up. That's lifting me up right now, and I invite you to lift yourself using the same endless source, our creativity. Like my mom, the late great Diane DePrima, used to say, the ultimate famine is the starvation of the imagination. So let's feed our heads and stay strong, stay courageous. Yeah, and I have listened to the new J. Cole. I know you've been probably deep in that, Miles, huh?
Yeah, I rock with it. You like it?
Yeah, I think I have to listen to it about 6-7 more times because usually, especially with the artists like J. Cole, who's lyrically dense, like meaning there's so much packed into every bar, I need to listen to it a bunch of times. I like it intellectually, but for it to really, resonate where I'm like, oh yeah, it's in my body and I want to hear it, then I need to hear it a few more times. I mean, he's the man lyrically, I think. Yeah, what'd you think?
I liked it. I really liked it. I think it was technically he showed what I think has been true for a while now. I think that lyrically, word for word, from the pen's sake, like he's definitely, in my opinion, the best rapper in the game for the last few years.
The best of all. I mean, overall,
Overall, yeah, I think word
no
for
big
word,
three,
technically,
just Big J.
if we're talking rapping as
Right.
a skill set, I think
Right.
J. Cole for the last few years has been rapping at the highest level
Yeah.
of anybody.
Yeah.
And I think he proved it again with this album. If that's all he wanted to prove, I think, job well done. I think there's a lot more that we could have wanted from J. Cole as fans, but I think that to show his skill set at the prime of his career, I can't ask for much more than that as an artist.
I mean, to me, it's amazing that he's able to can constantly deliver such high quality writing.
Yeah.
Then the question is, for me, is, well, are you looking for hits? Are the hooks here? Is it, I don't know if that matters. And to your point, if you're trying to prove, if you're battling yourself, because he dipped out of the Drake battle, if you're battling yourself, then you just won again.
Right.
And I love the lyrics. I wonder, and maybe, you can answer this, but I wonder how much of the artist's responsibility or even desire is to create hits and hooks versus these incredible rhymes. I'm the best lyricist of all time. I think about that. I was thinking about that with Rhapsody, because she's got to be one of the top 10 active rappers right now, male or female, of anyone. And she hasn't had the huge breakout hit, that I'd like to see her have.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I think Cole, being a rapper's rapper, being a lyricist, and being you can kind of be stuck in that box. I think Cole took a lot of risk on this album vocally. I think he stretched on his singing. His harmonies went a lot further than they normally would have gone. So It may not be perfect. It may not be what it may not be the goal yet. But I think that taking those types of risks as a rapper, as a bar spitter, I applaud that. I applaud the hip hop rappity rap. But when he got into his storytelling bag, he did that very well. His reminiscent bag was very well put together. I could have used a little bit more. Could be a little more God body talk, you know what I mean? At that level of a rapper, I would have loved to see some more of that, but that's just me expecting and projecting what I would have wanted on J. Cole. I can't do that. That's not fair to put that on that album to be something I want it to be.
Is that a rabbit hole? Like you go down the rabbit hole of being the best lyricist, and that's just a separate category. You know what I mean? Like when you see an album like Damn, right? There's a whole bunch there. Well, from my opinion, there's hits, there's hooks, even though he's doing lyricists. Whereas in something like To Pimp a Butterfly, it's a little bit more cerebral. It's more in the, I'm the lyricist guy. Do you have to choose? Do artists choose intentionally, or do you just write whatever comes? I mean, because I know if you put out 24 songs, that means he probably had at least 48 or more, right?
Pretty sure. I mean, he's been teasing and talking about it for years now. So I'm sure he said himself he's had a couple of different iterations of this album. I'm pretty sure this is a lot of stuff that's happened post the Kendrick Drake debacle that he was jumped into.
Some of it you can kind of hear,
so but I do think it's a balance. I'm sure it is for him, because you could just go out here and be this rappy rap guy and put yourself in that box, but I think there is a want for more, especially at the top level like that, where you're not just cracking out consistency songs and throwing darts at the dartboard. You know what I'm saying? I think now you're trying to give out these types of masterpieces. So when you hype it up like that, instead of like the last mixtape he dropped last year, what was it called? Might Delete Later, which is more of a hip hop rap bar for bar type of mixtape.
Yeah.
So I think that when you're at that type of level, there's got to be a balance for sure.
Mm. Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad he dropped something. It's needed right now. I just think we all need to take in as much art as we can. That is part of the medicine of the moment. So good on him. I'm a hooks person. I do like hooks. I like bops. I like something that stays in my head and has great lyrics. And I think we saw with Kendrick Lamar's last album, that those hits open the door to people paying more attention to your other songs that aren't the hits, and really doing deep dives on your lyrics and your messages and stuff like that. So yeah.
I want to say too, have you seen what he's doing post the release of the album?
What do you mean?
Now he's going on a tour. He's doing an out the trunk tour where he's going around the country selling his CD out the trunk of his car.
Oh, doing the Too Short.
Going back to the
or the Oscar or the Oscar Michaud.
Going back to the La Russell with it, man. Just doing pop-ups. Y'all pull up and get a CD, get some merch. Like, I'm not mad at that from a high level, top tier artist.
Yeah, it's creative. I say Too Short because he used to sell the cassettes out the trunk of his car. Back when we had cassette tapes with the Tula. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You say you don't know nothing about that.
I mean, I'm old school too, Dominique.
I know you are. You're an old man trapped in a young man's body. In some ways, I mean, all the R&B music and things like that. And I also say Oscar Michaud because he had his films. He used to have his movies, and he would take them door to door because black movies weren't in theaters. And he did what he had to do. And I think, I wasn't aware of that, but it's dope because it's very much addressing some of the challenges of the moment, right? Streaming and bootlegs and mis and disinformation. Back to what we were saying about theater. Here I am. It's the real me.
Innovative.
Yeah. And I'm glad to see, that was one of the things I was glad to see about La Russell. Glad to see him thriving. Okay. So a federal judge, has struck down California's law that prohibits federal law enforcement from wearing face masks. So I guess Los Angeles Police Chief Jim McDonnell will be happy about that because he said he didn't think it was a good law and he wasn't going to enforce it. Well, I guess we can say lucky for him, a judge agreed with him. I think it's a terrible decision. Judge Christina Snyder out of the U.S. District Court in Los Angeles, she issued a preliminary injunction blocking that law. She ruled it was unconstitutional because it exempted state law enforcement officers, which made it discriminatory. And, of course, Pam Bondi is spiking the football and dancing around. We will continue fighting and winning in court for President Trump's law and order agenda. Okay. We will continue fighting and winning for masked anonymous agents to be able to snatch and kidnap people off the streets. Got it. This is a, two-pronged decision. The judge did say that the mask ban could be constitutional if it was required of every single officer, and I don't know why it wouldn't be. And the guy who wrote the law, that would be drafted a new one that will include state officers. So he's going to try to rush that through. There's a second part of this ruling that is actually in California's favor. We'll share that when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, this is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, sunshine. You make my day.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
We got to laugh the pain away.
Hey, KBLA delegation, happy Black History Month. Around here, we celebrate our culture, our community, and our contributions daily. But this year, as we observe the 100th anniversary of Black History Month celebrations, we're excited about our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, honoring comedy greats. On Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, we're toasting D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Wake, Munell, Dion Cole, and Martin Lawrence with a surprise guest appearance. A limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon remain, so now would be a good time to head to KBLA1580.com to secure one for yourself. That's KBLA1580.com. A little laughter goes a long way, especially in times like these. So come, join us for our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. Again, tickets are available right now at KBLA1580.com.
Well, I hang around my boy. He been married for 6 years. Videotaping his wedding day, never watched it. Now and every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mother down the church. Getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
KBLA Talk 1580 thanks LA City Council members Curran D. Price Jr. and Heather Hutt for being the presenting sponsors at this year's Black History Month luncheon. Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement, we're KBLA Talk 1580.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't see for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
Yeah, so this ruling is a mixed bag because for many reasons. First of all, the judge said that the California law, the current law, is a no-go because it doesn't apply to state officers. Now, State Senator Wiener blamed the governor's office, saying the governor asked him to exempt state law enforcement. The governor's office says that is not true, that Wiener rejected their amendments, so they're kind of finger pointing there. But what is interesting is that Judge Christina Snyder said that the Trump administration's idea that states can't regulate federal law enforcement was not the reason she struck it down. She struck it down because it didn't apply to state law enforcement. So now Senator Wiener is going ahead and rewriting that, making new legislation that applies to all law enforcement officers. He says he's going to try to expedite it. Hopefully that will happen and we'll get another bite at the apple. So that's not a total defeat, but it's enough, like I said, to have Pam Bondi breakdancing and talking smack. The judge also, though, upheld a measure that required law enforcement in the state of California to display identification. In other words, some kind of a badge or some kind of a patch that says who you are and what agency you work for. And Governor Newsom is celebrating that as a win, of course, as he should. He calls it a clear win for the rule of law because no badge and no name mean no accountability. And I think that's right. That's the minimum. It's something. The other thing that's notable about this judge's ruling is that she says she rejects the Trump administration's assertion that uncovering officers' faces puts them in danger. She says that it's perfectly reasonable for officers to show their faces and identify who they are and be able to safely do their job. She says it doesn't make it any more likely or easy for criminals to target them. And so that's actually kind of laying the groundwork for a second shot at this, a take two. And so that's good news. But, it's not what I was hoping for. And it's certainly in some roundabout way lets the LA police chief off the hook to an extent, because to me, it still doesn't change the fact that he feels, and he announced it publicly in a press conference, that he has the authority to decide which laws to enforce, which ones he likes, which ones he thinks are not well thought out. And if he doesn't like them, then he will just ignore them. And that's a problem to me. I don't think you can have a top law enforcement official who's over an agency in the LAPD, which has seen a 70% increase in killings of civilians, which has consistently for decades been in the top 3 in terms of deadly force against the people it's meant to protect and serve, against an agency that has a well-documented history of racial profiling, discrimination. For that agency to have a guy at the helm who says, well, I don't like that law. That's not well thought out. So we're not gonna enforce that one. That's a whole problem. And it, while it may legally be not as pressing now that law has been put on hold by a judge, and he can say, well, I was right. Yeah, but you don't get to decide whether you're right or wrong. That's up to a judge. That's up to the voters. That's up to the city council and the mayor when they make policies. It's up to the state legislators. It's up to the governor who decides whether to sign it, not you. And if you want to be a lawmaker, chief, then you need to run for a different office, because you are a law enforcer, not a lawmaker. And, I feel like the city council, the mayor, the governor, somebody needs to, and I was glad to see the council president and his conservative counterpart, Councilmember Rodriguez, saying, hello, you don't get to decide what laws to enforce. That was a nice moment. I would like to see a little bit, something a little bit more substantive, shall we say, something with a little bit of tea. Really important, especially right now when we are facing all kinds of weird attacks and weird policies that we have to put forth in order to circumvent the strange things that are going on, that are coming at us from the federal government, and at times from our own local authorities, law enforcement, and yes, lawmakers. Here's something that has surprised me. It surprises me that the pushback that Trump has gotten from everybody, but especially from Republicans, about the video, the video showing the Obamas as monkeys. It doesn't surprise me at all that he posted it. To me, it tracks with everything he does, right? People, especially black apologists for Trump, want to say that he's not a racist, even though we can go back to the courts and see the courts had to force him and his dad to rent to black people, that they had a special code that they'd put on the application. I can't remember if it was N or something like that, to show that's a black person, we're not going to rent to them. I get all that. And, time and time and time again, whether it's the birther conspiracy or him trying to push for the execution of the exonerated 5 or whatever, saying beat up the Black Lives Matter protesters and then I'll pay your bail. He has consistently shown the Ishhole countries commentary, the fact that almost all African countries are banned from getting visas right now, the fact that he came out of his mouth and said we want more people from Norway and less people from, darker skinned countries. All of these things to me are the things that prove every single day this man is a racist. It's not subtle. But for some reason, this particular video has got even Republicans pushing back to where he actually took it down. Now, will he apologize? No. Is that why he signed finally signed the Black History Month declaration that is typically signed by any president the first of the month or sooner. He signed it, I think, the 3rd or the 4th. Is that the reason? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. And I'll tell you why. If this man is racist, every single triggers you to feel remorse and feel like you've gone a bridge too far. Never mind the fact that you're taking away food assistance for kids. Never mind the fact that you're attacking DEI. Never mind the fact that tens of thousands of black women have lost their jobs, that you've fired more qualified black people in the military to put in folks like Whiskey Pete Hegseth. That's all fine. But don't call the Obamas apes. Look, I was offended by it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just puzzled by why is this the thing that suddenly makes Republicans criticize the president? I don't get it. I'll take it, but I don't get it. Tim Scott, who seemed like he would let the president walk on his head and have no objection to it, pushing back, other black Republicans pushing back while carefully saying we still support the president, like the Black Conservative Federation. Oh, we don't like it, but we still love you, Massa. Just don't call us monkeys. Depicting black public figures in a dehumanizing manner, particularly imagery historically used to demean black Americans, is unacceptable, offensive, and indefensible. That's what the Black Conservatives said, the Black Conservative Federation. What is it? Of course, they go on to say, well, we still support his policies, just don't call us monkeys. Well, whatever it is, may it continue. May it continue to open eyes, open minds, and make folks see the truth. I'm excited because my council member, the LA City Council member, woman for the 10th District, is here. We will be speaking with Council Member Heather Hutt when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. In Gainesville, Georgia, only minor injuries were reported after a small plane made an emergency landing on a busy road. Gainesville Police Captain Kevin Holbrook says it could have been far worse.
The fact that they were able to land in the middle of hundreds of vehicles and only hit 3 of them is very remarkable.
2 pilots, including a student, walked away safely. Charles Sonny Burton, a black 75-year-old Alabama man who never fired the fatal shot in a 1991 robbery, is now scheduled for execution, was reduced years ago. And the Love Rocks NYC 10th anniversary concert is set for March 5th at the Beacon Theater, featuring Mary J. Blige, John Batiste, and more. The show supports God's Love We Deliver, which has provided over 40 million meals since 1985. Tickets are on sale this Friday. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
In the new year, make one commitment. Don't let someone else's carelessness leave you paying the price. OPO Law has been protecting Los Angeles for nearly 50 years. So if you're injured this holiday season or at any time in 2026, go to opolaw.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers lost to Oklahoma City Monday night, 119-100 at Crypto.com. OKC snapped the Lakers' 3-game winning streak. Both teams did not have their best player. Luka Doncic is still recovering from a hamstring injury. OKC's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the NBA's MVP last season, is out with an abdominal strain. LeBron had 22 points and 10 assists. The Clippers are back in action tonight at Houston. Guard Benedict Mathurin, one of the players the Clippers got from Indiana in the Ivica Zubac trade, will make his Clippers debut tonight. For Clippers fans unfamiliar with Mathurin, you're going to like him. The 4-year veteran from Arizona has some pop to his game. Top 5 women's college basketball teams in this week's national rankings: UConn, 23-1 UCLA, South Carolina, Texas, and Vanderbilt. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account.
37080.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the Southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
She is my council member, the council member for the 10th District. She was the Senate Director for then Senator Kamala Harris. She's a lifetime Angelino. Not that many of those are around, but more than you think. And born and raised in Leimert Park, where we are broadcasting from right this minute. Councilmember Heather Hutt, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me this morning.
Thanks for coming in. You know, I said Councilmember Hutt is coming in, but we're talking basketball, and people probably thought I was lying, but maybe they forgot we're at All-Star Weekend.
It's super exciting for the city. You know, we have so many games coming to our city from now till 28. So here we are at All-Star Weekend already. We've been talking about it. And I'm excited because we're going to do some activations in my district around the basketball players, specifically the legends, the folks that made a difference in the game, the folks that made it a little bit more exciting. They've changed their names from the Retired Players Association because they felt like they gave them an old field as retired
It does.
players.
It did.
And they just did a name change called the Legends because they really are, you know, the first ones to have a tennis shoe, the first ones to have a jersey and to do clinics. So that's what they're going to do in the district.
They're called the Legends of Basketball now. That's a national organization with people, pros.
All over. And it's the legendsofbasketball.com if you want to look it up. And it's a combination of the NBA players, the WNBA players, and the Globetrotters.
Oh, so everybody, all the legends.
It's so exciting.
That
That's
is
right.
cool.
The chairman is actually a previous Globetrotter, and that's Chu Smith. And then NBA player Antonio Davis is the president.
Wow. And it's funny because your family is involved in basketball. You guys are sports people. Maybe not you so much because you have to run
I'm a good spectator, though.
You're a good spectator. Me too. I'm a pretty good spectator.
Yeah, my sister owns a team. Actually, she started with a team. She owns a league now, and they're lifting up that league.
Shout out Ingrid.
I know. Shout out to Ingrid. U.S.
Oh, we'll get it before the show is over because I should know that.
United States Basketball League. I should know it too. I had a blank.
U.S. Basketball League.
She's gonna kill me. She's listening. She's gonna kill me.
Well, we got it.
Happy birthday, Ing.
Oh my goodness, and birthday too. Happy birthday. So you guys know basketball. You know sports. It's part of the family. What did she say? You're teaming up with Legends of Basketball, we should say. It's not just that they're coming for All-Star Weekend and me and you are just sitting here like fangirls talking about it. You're teaming up with them to do a bunch of stuff in the district.
That's right.
So is Ingrid like, yay, or is she saying boo?
No, she's yay. She's yay.
She's team yay.
Yes, because the things that they're going to do are going to be encouraging to folks. And that's her whole idea. That's why she's in the business at all, because it encourages folks to have a different kind of career. And so for our first event that we're doing together is at one of the women's shelters in our district, where the Legends are going to go in and give them some essential products that they might need. It's a bridge housing, and so in the bridge housing, women are there for a couple of weeks. I think it's 8 weeks that they're there, equal 2 months, and they get services. They get wraparound services. They get job training. They get if they have any dependencies, they get that kind of service, and then they move into a different kind of housing.
So these basketball greats are going to show up at the bridge housing bearing gifts.
That's right. I think it'll be exciting.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
A good give back. And then later that day, they're going to Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex. They're going to do a clinic for grades 2 to 9. So if you're interested in this clinic, it starts at 11 a.m. They're able to do 200 students. And the website is legendsofbasketball.com, like I said.
So they need to get on it because that's probably going to fill up.
Right.
And this obviously it's taking over the All-Star weekend. So
right.
So you need to sign up like today.
Right away.
Yeah.
And in the neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. So Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex, it's brand new. I guess it's not brand new. It's 3 years old, but it
looks brand new, yeah.
The Clippers put that floor down in there.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
It's a really big deal. That is completely free to do a clinic with folks that played for WNBA, NBA, and Globetrotters. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting. So this is like, and for you're a mama, you're a boy mom, that free, and for boys and girls, obviously, it's something free and cool to do, which probably they'll remember the rest of their lives because they're going to meet some NBA great that they may, or WNBA great that they may not register as now as little kids, but later they'll look back and say, I trained with Lisa Leslie or whatever.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Exactly right. So that's what we're looking forward to. The parents stay around because there's a health fair going on at the same time and resource fair.
That's also at Michelle and Barack Obama Center.
Exactly. And so there will be a opportunity to get some resources, while you're waiting, or come and get the resources if you don't have kids at the clinic. And then there'll be some community cleanups around 3 p.m. Now, there's some special things that are happening. One of them is there's a bash on Friday night, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on West Adams.
Okay, that's a day party kind of thing.
It's a day party, and they got Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. And so, again, go to the website, Legends of Basketball, and get your ticket. And that one's not free. It's a fundraiser. And the fundraiser
I gotcha. Okay.
is so that they can do these giveaway situations.
Party to help cover the costs of the things that the Legends of Basketball, legendsofbasketball.com do. So for people, who aren't invited to every single All-Star weekend party, here's one that you are invited to.
Right.
And
exactly.
In the community, 3 to 7. That's Friday?
That's Friday night, yeah.
Friday.
On Adams Boulevard. So let me tell you something about that part, too. They have a partnership where they're going to be delivering. In partnership with Dollar General, they're going to do $25,000 reading comprehension support for Cienega School that's right there at Adams for grades 4 and 5. So that's pretty exciting. And then they have a partnership with Spectrum Communications, and 4 local businesses on Adams are going to get $15,000 worth of marketing on Spectrum.
Oh, that's great.
Which is a good driver.
Yeah. I mean, because, Councilwoman, I think sometimes we believe that sports events are going to automatically give back to the community or that the businesses will automatically benefit. And sometimes they do and sometimes they don't.
Right. And so this is a time like when we talked about what you're going to do in the community, like what are you really going to do? And so these are real tangibles that they're delivering to our community. Now, on the Day of Giving on Saturday, so they're going to give those things away on Friday night at the block party. On Saturday, they're going to give away
Saturday, for those of us who don't have a Valentine.
Right, like me.
Like me.
They're going to give away 2 computers to a digital lab. And then the amount of time that they spend, they'll do pictures and there'll be food and it'll be a lot of fun.
I love this. A Day of Giving is a really, instead of Galentine's, which I find somewhat depressing, you could go be part of a Day of Giving, right?
That's right.
And so the youth basketball clinic is Saturday. You can sign up for that. legendsofbasketball.com. Then you've got the free health screenings, community services, and it looks like they're going to have a kids zone and a live DJ out there for the health fair.
Right, that's right.
So that's
fun.
Something healthy. Take care of your heart on Valentine's
and that's
Day.
The love, right?
That's the love. That's
Take
the kind
care
of
of
love
yourself.
that doesn't have consequences.
Right.
And the Friday night party. And so all of this is in connection with the All-Star Weekend.
Right. The association, which was the NBA Retired Players Association, is directly connected to the NBA. That's exactly right.
So that makes sense. And it's interesting because, like you said, we have this, Super Bowl was in the Bay Area, but it's coming here next.
Right.
Right. So we're still recovering from Bay Area Super Bowl. We've got All-Star Weekend. You just let me know that the World Cup starts in June.
Can you believe it? It's so exciting. June 18th. World Cup is the first game is Mexico versus Korea.
What?
Wow! In my district, the
which
tapestry
is full of
Los
Koreans
Angeles.
and Mexicans.
That's right.
And
that
us too.
Love soccer. Everyone
Wow.
loves soccer. And so I'm going to do an activation. I believe it will be at Seoul International with big screens, and you could come see it for free.
I love that for us.
During the summer, I'm going to do 7 activations, but not just me. Every council member is going to do 7 activations in their parks so that people could come and enjoy.
I love that. For 2 reasons. Number one, when the people come out, they do patronize the businesses. They do, we do see good economic impact from these things. And also because not everyone can afford to go to a World Cup game. So to be able to go to a park, be around others, and watch it and still be in the spirit, it means that it benefits everyone in Los Angeles.
Exactly. And we have to remember that we are in unity. And these are unity experiences that we have through sports and entertainment.
It's, and it's, I've been really concerned. I don't know if you are. I kind of do know that you guys are, because I've heard the city council was discussing, are we even going to have Olympics? Given what's going on in Washington. And I've been wondering that about World Cup because I've been reading that people are canceling their tickets because they're worried about ICE and they're worried about visas and they're concerned about the environment in our country right now. Are you worried about that in relation to the World Cup?
That's odd that you asked me that because, you work with great people when you work in the U.S. Senate.
Yeah.
And so I have a former colleague that is actually operationalizing visas right now.
Interesting.
Especially for athletes.
So things
and he's
are
been
being
doing
done.
it for 2 years. years.
Okay.
So, first getting the athletes and then their families. And so he's doing the work to get their visas in order.
So all the hype that we're hearing, loudly in the news is not covering what's being done behind the scenes, efforts like that to make it happen, to make it work.
People don't ignore the issue. The mayor's working very hard to make sure that we're in a great space and really trying to dispel the myths of what is happening in Los Angeles, that it is safe to come here. But, they try to blow it up so that it isn't safe. It is safe to be here.
I mean, some people say that we're at a breaking point. I don't think so. I like my city. I think it's, we have our problems like every city, but breaking point? Nah, not L.A.
Right, not L.A. We're stronger than that. And that's why the unity is so important, and that we're in a place where folks can enjoy where they live.
We are talking basketball and, of course, all things good in L.A. with Councilmember Heather Hutt. We'll continue the conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
There's no championship league for small business owners. But if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation. One-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
You got a big mouth.
Hello, Joe, you're up. Welcome.
We're unapologetically progressive, and we don't black down.
We don't, and neither does Councilmember Heather Hutt. And really, really delivering stuff for the folks in your district, always being accessible. I love that for us. I love that for you, and I thank you for that, really. I mean, this is a council member that you actually see walking around the district, and you'd be like, hey, council member, and she'll say, hey, constituent. She probably knows your name. Anyway, we're talking basketball because this is the All-Star Weekend, and if you're like me and you haven't been invited to all of the big parties, or if you're like me and you're wondering how, what's the benefit for us, because there's always a big critique about, when the Olympics come or when the, when stadiums are built or whatever, how does it help us, particularly businesses? And that's why I was happy to see this Legends of Basketball.com, which used to be the Retired Players Association. is giving grants to local businesses. That is very directly giving back, right?
Directly. And they partnered with Spectrum. Now, these businesses are going to get to do commercial ads, you know?
Okay.
And there's small businesses that don't currently advertise at all.
Yeah, what small business has a $15,000 advertising budget?
None of them.
Most do not.
And so this is a driver, and I'm so happy that they have, made these kind of relationships that will leave behind something that'll make a difference to the businesses. And what happens when our small businesses are in order? What happens? They're hiring locally. They're buying locally. They work hard in the community already. That's why they put their flagpole where they are. And so this is really exciting for me.
Yeah.
That they're able to have this opportunity. Maybe it'll drive enough business to them that they could continue to advertise and market themselves that way. But this is a really good start.
And how did you guys pick the businesses?
No, I didn't. Spectrum did all of
okay.
that. They just wanted to know who's on the street, and
they just needed a list.
All of them in the block party space, and then
that's
on
amazing.
Adams, and so then they picked them.
And I love that too, because sometimes when we have festivals and things, which we have lots of here in Leimert, we want to make sure that the brick and mortars are also supported. It's nice that there's booths and that there's vendors, but we want to make sure our brick and mortars also thrive.
Right, and this is the way.
Yeah. So what's our schedule now? We have our Valentine's All-Star Weekend schedule for those of us who don't have plans. Yes.
Love.
Yes.
So Friday night, go to the website, come on in and be in unity.
Friday night is the party.
It's actually 3 to 7, so it's not
7.
night. It's like day.
Day party.
Party.
Yeah.
Wear comfortable shoes. I always try to advise that because it is in the street.
It's a block party. It's an outside day party. And it's kind of cool because some of y'all, and you know who you are, you don't stay up past 9 anyway, so. You might as well,
perfect. It's
might
the
well come
early
to
bird,
a day party.
right?
Exactly. You know who you are.
I tease. Yeah, we got the early bird. Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure.
So we have the block party. We go home, in plenty of time to get our rest. And the next day we have...
Right. So we'll start at Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex with the clinics for the children. And it's 11 a.m. is when that starts.
And it's free. So if you got a kid that's got any basketball interest, you might want to go and sign up before it fills up, legendsofbasketball.com.
That's right. And then the health fair is the same time. That's the love. Take care of your health. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, right. And that's going to be right there. So you can go, if you bring your kid, you can go after. But if you don't have a kid or your kid's in college like mine, you can just show up to the health fair.
That's right.
And there's food trucks and a DJ. So it's going to be kind of a festive health fair.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
We like to have fun. We need fun every now and then in our lives. We work really hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I try to have fun while I'm working.
Right,
yeah.
me too.
Yeah, since that's all we do.
Not always the case.
No, not always. I would imagine, especially with your job, but that's another show for another day. So, health fair, and then we can continue to tap in through legendsofbasketball.com and find out all the things that they're doing. And hopefully more things to come.
That's right. And then today at City Hall, we're going to do a presentation honoring the legends. So if you tune in YouTube channel for LA City Hall, you'll get to see Chu Smith and Antonio Davis. Chu's not tall, but Antonio's like 6'11" or
That's
something.
wild. It's like when I met Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I'm looking up. Then my neck is all the way back.
Yeah, craning.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It makes me feel short. But yeah, that's great. So that's City Hall today.
Yes.
Can the public come to those?
Well, it's easier to tune in. It's hard to park downtown.
Yeah, it's terrible, actually.
So just go to the LA City YouTube channel and you can tune in.
Right,
And
right. Or Channel 35.
Yeah,
right?
or Channel 35.
Yeah.
It's so much easier. When I met him, I was asking him to touch things. Can you touch that?
A tall favor.
He said, I'm not a circus clown. I was like, oh. Well, thank you.
Well, I guess they're, tall privilege, but there's also, tall discrimination, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
So, Councilmember Hutt, we were talking about the World Cup. It sounds like you think we're going to be ready. 7 parties per district is great for the people maybe who can't get tickets. And then after that comes the Olympics. And then after that comes...
Super Bowl.
Then after that comes Super Bowl. Then comes the Olympics.
Right.
But you don't look worried. I mean...
Well, I think the city is ready. We're ready. We have good transportation. Well, in order to do these activations with our rec and park department, we're getting it together. We're being thoughtful about how the community can participate and how we can be unified.
Yeah. It feels, I think, I've said this before. I know some people don't like the Olympics because they worry about homeless people being mass incarcerated. And of course, I don't want that. They have other objections. But I love the Olympics because of exactly that. I feel like it brings people together. Just focus on excellence and achievement. And so, I'm hoping that it's going to be a beautiful thing for our city like it was in 1984. And if there's any city that can handle massive entertainment, crowds, parties, and fun, it has to be LA, right?
That's exactly right. Now, the Olympics, there are opportunities. If you have a small business, go on Ramp LA and put your business on RAMPLA. And that is a place where people go to find businesses. You fill out the paperwork and you become a Ramp LA vendor, and there could be an opportunity. I've had 3 workshops already for folks to come and learn about how to do business with the city. Get your taxes in order, get all the accreditations that are out there so that the Olympics don't pass you by.
Yeah, that's a great point. rampla.org. rampla.org. Councilmember Heather Hutt, as always, it's great to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day to you and to our KBLA delegation. Your Valentine is at legendsofbasketball.com.
That's right. Get your health and your heart together.
We're talking Black history when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. In Gainesville, Georgia, only minor injuries were reported after a small plane made an emergency landing on a busy road. Gainesville Police Captain Kevin Holbrook says it could have been far worse.
The fact that they were able to land in the middle of hundreds of vehicles and only hit 3 of them is very remarkable.
2 pilots, including a student, walked away safely. Charles Sonny Burton, a black 75-year-old Alabama man who never fired